Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel, and here in the state of Georgia, from Fox 5 Atlanta, Marjorie Taylor Greene was victim of swatting at Rome residence, police confirm. Floyd County, Georgia. The Rome Police Department said Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene was a victim of a swatting attack early Wednesday morning in Floyd County. Police said officers responded to her home at around 1 a.m. after someone reported someone being shot multiple times, but determined that the call was a prank when they arrived. It's not clear how many officers responded. Swatting is the act of making a hoax call to 911 to try and draw responses from law enforcement. Suspects can use technology to make it appear that the emergency call is coming from the victim's phone, and the situations it can be deadly. Okay, guys, now far be it from me to criticize the grammar and pronunciation and so forth of this, but okay, I'm reading it as you see it. So police said a second caller using a digitally altered voice said they were upset about Greene's views on transgender youth rights. About a month after taking office, Greene put an anti-transgender rights placard outside her Washington, D.C. office across from a transgender flag raised by her neighbor, Illinois Rep. Mary Noonan. The sign said, "There are two genders, male and female, and trust the science." So the issue here, of course, is about swatting. I am not using this opportunity or the platform to critique, criticize, condemn, mock, or sensationalize transgenders. Those are individuals, my fellow Americans, and so I'm simply giving you an outline because we have covered swatting here on the channel. It is dangerous. It is not simply a prank. It is deadly. And we've talked about it here on the channel, as I will show you here momentarily. And from a tweet from Marjorie Taylor Greene last night, I was swatted just after 1 a.m. I can't express enough gratitude to my local law enforcement here in Rome, Floyd County. More details to come. Now, I don't believe that this was as severe or as serious of a response. In other words, how the police responded, but you have to keep in mind here that this is a super high level situation for a police department to have to respond to something like this. So they do come with the intent of realizing that they could be in a very dangerous situation. And of course, they did cover it here on the New York Post. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene says she was swatted last night, but they immediately go to far right. Okay. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene was swatted earlier Wednesday in a prank that police say was due to her views on transgender rights. It's not a prank. Ladies and gentlemen, these are dangerous situations. And this year, I would say, I think we're up to 5 different swattings of Tim Pool at the Timcast IRL show, including a bomb threat. Ironically enough, right at one of them, or the first one, was right after Marjorie Taylor Greene appeared on his show. Then, of course, the courting has been swatted, I think, at least twice, maybe 3 times as well. Now, he and Poole are more centric. Well, Tim Pool considers himself to be a classical liberal and more centrist, and I think the quartering is a libertarian. And then, of course, we also know that Steve Bannon was also swatted. But as we have covered here on the channel, we have talked about the dangers of swatting and how this was originally used within the hacktivist community. I believe, like, hacktivists were kind of the first ones to kind of use this swatting of their rivals and to irritate and annoy others because they were able to obtain personal information about the individual and then, of course, create these prank calls. So an Ohio gamer gets prison time over a swatting call that led to a man's death. That's right, because the police are responding to a situation that they believe is extraordinarily dangerous. So they're armed, they're ready. They want to make sure that they go home at the end of this call. So yes, they're going to be very set. And sadly, we covered this particular story back in 2019. And sadly, the individual that was killed wasn't even the person that the gamer was trying to go after. It was a sad, very sad situation that we covered here. An argument about a game led to a call. And this is the same thing that happens within the hacktivist community when they try to irritate and annoy each other. And I know yesterday I meant to say this too when I was showing you Jeffrey Epstein and Hong Kong. How here on the BuzWeaver channel, if you are new here, we stay on the cutting edge. I take the chaos, I take the tumult, I take the confusion and make it simple. And what I was trying to allude to there when I showed you Hong Kong and Jeffrey Epstein is that we're ahead of the game. We look at the trends. We look at the formulation of things that are unfolding. And that was back in August when I was covering Hong Kong, the protests there. And then that's when I was telling you about a mysterious illness that was starting to appear there in November. They thought it was some form of pneumonia, some sort of illness was going around. And, of course, that ended up being, of course, the great pandemic. So you guys, if you're watching this channel, go ahead and hit that like button because you are on the cutting edge of societal evolution here on this channel. And this happened here in our state of Georgia. There are two specific stories that I'm considering covering that happened here in Georgia in a very similar vein to this when it comes to the polarization, divisiveness, the ideas and the concepts that now we are in the midterms. And so there's a lot of hyperbolic activity happening right now, the heightened sense of what is about to come in November. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not necessarily suggesting it's going to be a gigantic red wave where Republicans completely sweep. We'll have to wait and see just how much of an impact what has happened under the Biden administration, because although people may not be politically active, they may not be very interested in politics, they understand how much it costs to get gas. They understand retail prices, grocery prices, shortages, the dismal and disastrous exit of Afghanistan. They're seeing it right now. And then the invasion of Ukraine, an opportunity taken yet again by the Russians under a Democrat leader, first under Obama, now under Biden. We're seeing it. They see the weakness in our country. They see that America is susceptible right now because of the establishment leadership, and how we have become far weaker, far more prone to these activists and yielding to wokeness, yielding to cancel culture, giving in to this nonsense that needs to stop, because these swattings are dangerous, very dangerous. And they want to continue talking about January 6th when we have live active activity of activists trying to harm other people. It's very dangerous. And that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for the support. You guys on BitChute, Rumble, DTube, Odyssey. I never want to leave you guys out because, of course, here on YouTube is, of course, the mainstream, bigger platform of all those. And I appreciate your guys giving me the support as a conservative commentator here on the channel because, of course, this information is deranked for, of course, the priority channels. That would be the mainstream legacy media who have the pedigree and authorization. They are the authoritative voices that are giving priority here on YouTube. So thank you guys for your continued support and appearing there on the screen. That would be the channel icon for you guys here for the first time to click on so that you can subscribe, as well as if you want to get notifications when I release a video, as well as video shorts. And I will see you guys in the next video.